Welcome to Whispers, everybody, on AM 1600 WKKX, the Valley's Watchdog. It is 8:10 p.m. I think we're about 40 degrees out now. Is that true?
34.
34. It was 40 earlier. I know all the snow was melting. It was nice. It's bad when you say, 34 is nice.
Yeah, balmy.
Give us a call, 304-214-1600. If you're out of the area, call us toll-free, 866-514-1600. I'm Jordan Klein here with Nick Queen, and Lola is not here today. We are graced. Is it graced with Kelly? We're blessed?
We'll wait till after the show, because it might be condemned. You never know.
We are blessed to have Kelly with us today.
Well, thank you.
Everybody, if you want to give her a call and tell her how great she is, you don't have to come on the air. You can just call her. Big news this week. Nick and I went, was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yesterday we went to the West Virginia State Penitentiary. Bum, bum, bum. Not because Nick robbed another bank, but yeah, another one.
Whatever, I don't have any money.
You robbed the same one twice.
Yeah, that's why he gets caught. I got to pay him out all the time.
I was standing in line with the bag over my head, gun in my hand, just waiting in line.
We reserved a night for an all-night ghost hunt. May 22nd of this year, we will have the pen all to ourselves all night, and we are inviting you, our fans,
Is there
along.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Is there a limited, because I'm on, but is there a limited number of what you can take?
We are allowed to have 30 people. 30 people is our cutoff, and that's including us.
So actually you only have 25 spots left, because Sammy and I have already said we are there.
Well, you got me, Nick, you, Sammy, Lola.
So there's 5 right off the top.
I think John was saying he was wanting to go. Tickets are going fast, folks, and we haven't even got them out. So if you want a spot reserved with your pretty little name on it, you have to go to whispers012209.mp3. There is a section at the top that says Join Whispers on a Ghost Hunt, and it'll give you all kinds of information about the pen, what we're going to do, and all that kind of good stuff. It is also on WKKX.com under the blog section, under Whispers blog. We got a nice little thing there kind of saying what we're going to do and what you can do with us.
No, I didn't hear much of anything. I've had the worst luck today with computers. My computer wouldn't record, then my headphones weren't working. So did you say the price? I'm only hearing out of the left ear in this
The prize.
The price. How much is it going to cost people?
Okay, this is going to cost $45, everybody. That is a steal. Okay, it sounds like a lot of money, but every other ghost pen trip is like $65, $70 to get in there. We're only charging $45. We're barely covering, the cost of us getting in there.
I think it'd be extra. We'll maybe get some pizza.
Yeah, we're going to try to get some pizza, maybe a little bit.
And I'll make cookies.
And Kelly's making cookies.
It's worth it just to go for the cookies.
I make awesome cookies.
What kind of cookies are you talking?
Any kind you want. What's your favorite kind of cookie?
My favorite kind, I like
Girl
peanut
Scout
butter.
cookies.
Peanut butter is actually, I'm not even lying, that's my specialty.
Really?
Really, it honestly is.
There we go. So, I'm going.
Yeah, I mean,
there already.
Here's the deal. Nick and I have to pay for it too, so it's not like we're trying to scam anybody out of money. We're really bare minimum with the price. We're really wanting to have some fun on this.
I was looking online. They actually charge $60.
Is it 60?
On the website for the pen? They have a bunch of them listed there. They're $60. The 45 is not bad.
So
we paid 80. I think the last time we went. So.
Nick, what do people get when they come with us?
Bats. I am scared out to death of the bats. No, what do they get? I'm sorry. You can go anywhere. Have you ever been on the tour?
I've done the day tour.
Have you ever been to the psychiatric ward?
I don't think so.
Upstairs, second
No.
You will get to go to the second floor.
Here's the deal, okay?
I was nervous on the day tour.
You get a little class from a paranormal investigation team on what to do, how to use equipment. It'll be Wheeling Society of Paranormal Research teaching us, which is Nick and I's group. So you get a little steal there. You get to go around with the guys from the group that actually have years of experience. They're going to teach you what to do, how to do things, what's bad, what's good. And you will have access to corners of the pen that is not allowed on the tour.
Someone told us once if there's a door open, you can go in. I mean, that kind of stuff. So, sometimes there's certain doors that aren't open. It depends on what they unlock. But you get to go to a lot more of the prison. I mean, the psychiatric ward alone, upstairs, they got a lot of the medical stuff. Like dentist chairs. Like, to me, that's frightening there by itself.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like I don't like doing it. And it's just, all this stuff is kind of like just abandoned, left up there. And the psychiatric ward, like where the infirmary, huge. I mean,
Really?
you just walk in as this huge room and it just echoes. And of course you can't see the other side of the room because it's dark.
Oh my gosh.
And it's free reign. We're not going to be holding your hands and walking you
Nobody's
around.
walking around saying, okay, now we're going to be here for an hour.
We're going
No, somebody will be holding my hand. Maybe unwilling, but...
We'll be going on a tour, giving a little brief history of different parts of the pen, and then grab your buddy and get...
Oh, so then we're just going to, take our equipment and go.
You can take and go. And, I mean, you have access to the Sugar Shack, which is supposed to be, the most violent area that was ever in the pen.
Are we allowed to bring, camcorders?
You can bring camcorders, tape cameras...
These are recorders, tape cameras.
Tape cameras.
Digital recorders. We would suggest,
flashlight.
layers. It's going to be in May, but it could still be cold in spots, could be warm in spots. So, that way you can take stuff off. I put on there, bring extra clothes. It is an abandoned prison, so there might be
A flashlight and batteries.
mud, or you might get wet in places. It's, be careful. That's another thing, because it wasn't designed for people to walk through it. It's designed to hold people in.
It all adds to the excitement.
Yeah, it does.
All right, we got a phone call. Who we got?
We do. We have Nick's fantasy football champion who would like to speak.
Why are you calling and mocking me here? Hey, Dan.
What's up, Nick?
How's it going, Dan?
How's it going, Jordan?
You call and mock me on the air. I tried to win. Who beat you twice this year?
I've got a short-term memory. All I remember from this season is I won.
Yeah.
That's like,
You got the trophy. I even gave it to you since I was a commissioner, but, I rigged this.
Now, Dan, you going to come to the pen with us?
well, hey, I just called, just turned it on. I'm listening, and
Say that again. We lost you.
We lost you there for a second.
I wanted to reserve my spot.
All right, we'll give you a spot. So that's how many places are left now?
One.
What's that?
Whoa, wow. You've got your spot. Do you think
I'm
Amber
in
will go?
on it.
You think Amber will go?
Okay. Sorry, Dan, we lost you. If you get a little better signal.
Amber might go, and if Amber goes, I bet you Lisa would go.
Nick is trying so desperately to get his wife to go.
So, she mocks me. She says
She wants no part of it.
No part because she's a non-believer, no part because she's afraid.
she thinks we're idiots.
She won't beat around the bush. She'll come in and sit at the show, but she won't. She's like, uh-huh.
She doesn't believe what we believe.
All right, can we go ahead and play one of our songs?
Absolutely.
Show rolling. This first song was from our guest that we will hear from momentarily. His name is Eddie Benitez, and he is a Latin guitar player, jazz guitar. And this song is called Flight into Heaven. That is Eddie Benitez with the song Flight into Heaven We're actually joined with Eddie now. Eddie is an acclaimed Latin jazz guitarist who toured with such artists as Tito Puente, Charlie Palmieri, Eddie Palmieri, Barry White, and Mongo Santa Maria. He is going to be discussing his incredible experience with ghosts and possession. Eddie, are you with us?
I am with you. How are you today?
It is an honor, sir.
Thank you. It's an honor to be on your show.
So tell us a little bit about your songs, how you write, if you will.
Well, I go into the studio. I'm inspired by melodies that I hear from the heavens, and it takes me about 4 or 5 days.
To completely do a song, or?
Well, I don't go into the studio with any preset musical material, songs, or anything. I walk into the studio. I have my engineer there, my keyboard player, and I close my eyes and hear the melodies, tell my keyboard player what I want, where I want it, and that's how we develop a song.
Now, are you looking for a percussionist?
I knew this.
I had to ask. I play percussion.
Drums?
Yeah, congas.
Really?
Yeah, African drums. Stuff too.
How good are you?
Some say I'm the songbird of my generation.
And what do the others say?
What was that?
And what do the others say?
I think I'm okay.
Really? I'd like to hear you.
All right.
I'm always open to new percussionists, new ideas, you know?
Awesome, getting my feet wet on the radio. I love this. Now, you have a really interesting story. We really want to get into it. We're going to be playing a few of your songs as well. Do we have a phone call?
No, I thought we had a phone call. No. Sorry.
Nick's going crazy. We're going to try to ignore him, Eddie.
Yeah, this has been a long day for me.
So tell us a bit about your story. Your whole family's kind of in the spiritual. They have a spiritual connection, don't they?
Well, it came from by way of my mother and myself and my son when he got possessed 4 years ago. Became part of it. And my smaller girls, of course, have seen things, but I try not to lead them on and say, yeah, you seen it. Those I say, I don't worry about it. You didn't see anything, you know. But basically, my world, my spirituality opened up when I was going through cancer at the age of 23.
Now, what exactly happened that opened, how exactly were you opened up to this spiritual side of yours?
Well, I had time off, of course, from music, because I had all that time, and all of a sudden, it first started when the doctors told me that the biopsy was positive for lymphoma.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and then they left the room, and it was about 10 o'clock at night, and I stood there by the window in Staten Island Bailey Seton Hospital, and I basically asked God, I said, you know what, either I can jump out this window, and you can take my life, or you can give me the strength to deal with this. And right then and there, he gave me the strength, and everything opened up.
Right. Now,
but since I was young, I was always able to see things, but my mother, and I used to tell my mother, and she used to tell me, don't worry about it, don't think about it. When you grow older, you'll learn more about it and know more about it.
Now, what do you mean by see things?
Entities, angels.
Wow. What do they look like? Just regular people, or?
No, they come in the shape. They look like regular people, but not really like regular people. Okay. The ones that are coming back looking like regular people are actually demonic entities, okay?
Sure.
So, if you see like somebody that looks like your grandmother or something like that, you're a demonic entity.
I know when we were watching Casa de los Muertos, and I'm very bad at saying it, but this is from a haunting. I remember seeing different times that you would see people, it showed during the show that, you would see somebody and then, like the taxi driver, and he would turn around and his eyes kind of were white. And was that a demonic entity, or would that have been somebody that was possessed? It kind of left the guy.
That was the guy who got possessed instantly because I was there.
Oh, okay. So are things connected, I guess, to you in a way? This was when you were a child. You were like a teenager. So are these entities connected to you in some way?
No, except they're not connected to me at all, except that I can see them. That's about it.
Uh-huh.
I can see them, I can feel them, and I can also see angels and feel them.
All right, and the demonic, I mean, how exactly do these demonic entities manifest? This is kind of something I've always been curious about.
Well, for instance, about 3 weeks ago,
Okay.
we were sitting at the house here, and all of a sudden something like leaped into my body.
Oh, wow.
I had no control of it. I was sitting with my son in the bedroom on a twin bed, right?
Uh-huh.
And his daughter's bed, and I flipped backwards. And the entity was evil, but it wanted me to pray the Our Father in Spanish.
Well,
Okay.
why exactly? Because to me, I've always thought that that would get rid of the entity, which is interesting.
But the thing is, we did the Our Father. The entity left me, but I felt like it was real weird. And I mean, at least for other people's on here, but it just runs inside my body.
Now, what does it feel like?
It feels like a car hitting you.
Oh, wow.
Head on. And then my body flipped back. As I was sitting down on the bed, it flipped back, and it was unusual, because usually the entities that appear to myself and my son, they'll talk to us. We'll hear them. Sometimes we'll see them. And they'll write to my son also. He'll take a notepad and get a pen in hand and start writing what they want to say.
Now, they touched that on that a little bit on that Discovery Channel episode on a haunting about your son with the writing.
Yes, they did.
Now, how often does that happen? Would you say that your son is in tuned as you are?
Oh, he's in tune as I am, but in a different way, like a different format. It's not like turning it on and off, you just can't turn it on and off. When it happens, And that's the way it is with real people who I don't like the terms, but who call themselves psychics and mediums. They can't turn it on and off. It has to come to them naturally, whatever gift they have by way of God, to see things and hear things and feel things,
Do you ever have any communications with someone that might have passed on that they want to give you a message to give someone or anything like that?
No. My mother died about 5 years ago. As a matter of fact, today is my mother's birthday. Tomorrow is her anniversary of death. Okay.
Okay.
And my mother was so connected with the spiritual world. Okay. She used to heal people, broken bones, the whole 9 yards, everything, okay?
Wow.
And to this date, I have not talked to my mother or anything, and if anybody was to come back to me and speak to me, it would be her.
Do you believe that can even take place in your belief system?
No.
No. Okay.
My belief system is that people who die before their time, like in accidents, shootings, and things like that, they'll wake up on the other side and think that they're still alive. Okay?
Yeah.
And they'll try to communicate with people. Okay? And then you have demonic entities who portray themselves to be your uncle, your aunt that's passed away and talk to you in a nice way and all that. That's come to people that say, I saw my aunt came back to me and last night and I saw her in the room and all that. I'm going to tell you, that's a demonic entity.
Now, the Eye Haunting show, what was portrayed there with the gentleman, you had moved into this house, you were going back to, I think it was Tempe, Arizona, to resurrect your career. This was after you were, I guess, healed from cancer, never came back, correct?
Right, after I had a vision of Christ. And it's a long story, but I was healed from cancer. And the next morning I called, I was supposed to go for a bone marrow transplant. And the next morning I called my doctor and I said, you know what, I'm not going in. Christ healed me last night. He was laughing, saying, Eddie, wishful thinking, dreaming, all this, everything a doctor would tell you. You'll be dead in 3 months.
Wow.
I have not seen a cancer doctor since that time.
How long was that?
24 years ago.
Wow, that's awesome. Hey, Eddie, we do have to go to a break real quick, but we are going to play another one of your songs for the right before the commercial. Is that okay with you?
Oh, thank you.
Okay, this song is called Beautiful Sunrise. And we'll be right back on AM 1600. Back to Whispers, everybody. You are listening to Eddie Benitez, his song Beautiful Sunrise. I love that.
That really is what that brings to mind, too, isn't it?
I love
like
that.
You're just sitting there watching the sun come up.
Eddie, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm still with you, man.
Beautiful song, beautiful song.
Thank you.
Eddie is here. If you're just coming in, he is a Latin American jazz musician who is amazing. He's a guitar player, if you couldn't tell there. And he has a very interesting story about evil spirits, good spirits, possessions, exorcisms, all that, all that kind of stuff. And he's sharing it with you guys. If you want to give us a call, say hi to Eddie. If you got a question for him, it's 304-214-1600. If you're out of the area, call us toll-free, 866-514-1600. All right, back to Eddie.
Can you give us a quick, recap? What happened? We were talking about you going, moving to Tempe, Arizona. You move into this house. Can you kind of describe what happened in a nutshell? We have the video actually up on our website, whispers012209.mp3, if anybody wants to take a look at it at the show. But can you kind of give us a recap in your own words?
Well, in a nutshell, we moved in. About a week or two later, things started happening. The doors from the kitchen cabinets open and closed, TVs going on and off, microwave going on. My kids could see shadows. Pardon me?
Yeah,
go ahead. She was on the phone.
Sorry about that.
And, we got some Arizona ghost hunters to come up, and they took pictures of all of that. And one of the pictures they took, they captured the face of a man.
Jeez. Wow.
And when I showed the picture to the man's daughter who lived 3 houses down, she said, yeah, that's my father. And he died in the house.
Now, was this, because what we were talking about before, was this a demonic entity that was taking his form, or did he die suddenly? You were saying
well, he died of an overdose of drugs. He was an evil man. He was in jail in Atlanta for 10 years for manslaughter.
Oh, wow.
He was a racist and went around beating up on people. So this man was purely evil, and my son had the unfortunate thing of inheriting his bedroom.
And then it was a freaky show. We were watching last night. We're looking. At one point they show Nazi symbols. What the heck are they showing that for? And it really did. I mean, it slaps you in the face. What's happening. At the end, it's just kind of like, oh, geez. What a thing to move into. You had no idea about it or anything.
No clue whatsoever, man.
Yeah, Eddie.
And then I went into a 3-day coma without doctors giving me a rational explanation, okay?
I don't know if there's a rational explanation for that.
And the nurse, everybody's telling me, the oxygen level that the paramedics found you in, which is about 36, 35.
Wow.
Most people never recover from that. They end up in a coma and die 2 weeks later.
Wow, you're truly blessed.
And I woke up 3 days later in the hospital, pulled everything out of my throat, I was under intubation,
Yeah.
and
He almost had one more addiction.
Yeah, and I pulled everything out, and the doctor, all the lights were flashing and alarms, and the doctor comes in, he says, "Are you okay?" And I told him, "Yeah, what's going on?" He said, "Well, what year are we in?" And I told him, "Well, we're in 1976. So I actually went back in time,
Jeez, that's crazy.
Which is cool. It was cool, though, because, I remember the bell bottoms and all of that.
Now, Eddie, we got 2 phone calls. We'll go to who we got first.
It's a they would like it to be a surprise.
Okay.
So, okay, you are on the air.
You're on there with us?
Are we on with Mr. Eddie, the guitar player? Is that the guitar player? Is that the guitar player, Mr. Eddie? Oh, Mr. Benitez. Oh, my God. Come on, Eddie, you know who this is. I have no clue. Oh, come on, you have no clue. I just talked to you for an hour and a half last night, for crying out loud. Yeah. I don't even remember. Oh, my God. Yes, you better. Man. Wow. This is your favorite guys from Shadow Talk Radio, Brian and Joel. Come on. Hi, Brian. How you doing? Good. Well, Joel's here, too, Yeah. Joel, how you doing? Don't even say hi to Joel. I know. You see how he punked me out? I know he does. I know. He doesn't love you anymore. Well, you know what? Joel hasn't called me and nothing. He has no love for me no more. Oh, I'm a busy man, Eddie. Well, that's why when I go out to your convention in Minnesota, I'm going to bring out all the spooks on you guys. Cool.
So who do we got here, Eddie? Who's our guests?
Those are Brian and Joel. They have the Paranormal Radio Show.
What show is this?
Shadow Talk Radio.
Shadow Talk Radio.
Shadow Talk Radio.
Out of Minneapolis, right?
Nope, we're actually out of northern Minnesota, actually,
Okay.
2 of us, but we're in the frozen area.
Oh, we feel you. We feel you down here. We're pretty cold here.
Than we are.
Yeah, you're probably a lot colder than we are down here in Wheeling.
We bellyache over, before you haven't even dropped below zero. So.
Well, Brian and Joe, you heard before, these guys are having a convention also.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Cool. Eddie's doing a concert for our convention. Absolutely.
That is very awesome.
It is.
He's a wonderful musician.
You know what? Sometimes people claim to see angels when I perform. He's a guitar player that gets censored on the radio.
Did I hear you correctly? You said people see angels when you perform?
Yeah, people claim that when I perform, they could see angels on stage, they're healed, and that's happened many times now. And I'm like wondering why me? Because you know what? I started off as a musician. Okay, that's what I am. All this paranormal thing, ghosts, angels, and all that, I didn't ask for it.
Real quick, we want to make sure we say bye to our friends there at Shadow Talk Radio.
Hey, take care, guys.
You guys be blessed.
Yeah, Brian, I'll see you guys soon. You owe me a Mai Tai. I thought really too. Yeah. Hey, quiet, Brian. Well, that's what he said, but he gets drunk after half, so that's true. That is very true. You guys take care. Have a good show.
Have a good one. Who's on?
Thank you. We have Retired Rich.
Retired Rich, how we doing?
Hello.
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 Very nice talking with you, and I really like the music. Really enjoyed it, what I've heard so far. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. What I called about was I had worked in a courthouse, and the courthouse, to give you some background, was built in the 1800s. And they had a sheriff's residence and a jail next to it, and they did a lot of hangings. Of course, there were normal trials there. At some time in the past, they put a computer system in, and a woman worked late. And the computers came on that were turned off, and then a chair moved across the room, and that was enough for her. And she was the type of woman that didn't scare easily. Now, and I had told this story previously, and there was no one around, there were no windows open or anything. She was alone. The office was lighted. And I was talking recently to someone that's still working out there that had started long after I did, and is still there now that I've retired. And she became upset, and she said, "Oh my God!" And I said, "What?" And she said, "Didn't you hear about what she had seen?" And you were talking about physical presence.
She came in early at like 7:30 in the morning. Now, they had courthouse security, so no one's allowed upstairs. There was no one else in the courthouse. She unlocked the door, went into the office, very large office. She sits down in the middle at a desk, and there's another large office next to that. Now, no sound, no nothing, but she looks up because she felt like a presence, and she saw a physical, what she thought was a physical presence of a person, completely dressed, walking, and she kept saying, "Can I help you? What are you doing here? Can I help you?" They never spoke, kept walking, and they went through the doorway, and she got up to look, and the doorway just goes into another office space, large, with her desk. There's no place to hide, and she said there was no one there. And it really rattled her. Now, I wondered what your thoughts and interpretations, because you had said something about, and I wasn't aware of, that a physical presence is more demonic. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that would, in your interpretation, would be more of a demon than it would be of a something in the positive spiritual area.
Well, there are evil entities and demonic entities that are capable of only doing so much. Okay. Look, what is known in the paranormal world as poltergeists can physically move things and do all of that, But there are entities who can appear and move a chair, and that's all they can do. And I can refer to the movie Ghosts. Remember the movie Ghosts? Where the trying to whether he kicked the can or something like that?
Right.
And he kept on trying, but finally he did it.
Right.
And those are entities, that either are evil entities, demonic entities, or actual people who died before their time and don't realize and don't want to accept that they're dead.
Okay, could it be related to like criminal activity and the hangings that they had back in the 1800s between the courthouse and the sheriff's department at the time?
Well, you know what? Wherever something malicious takes place, that happens, death in a house or anything like that, you're going to attract demonic entities or evil entities there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
The attraction is always going to be there.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Retired Rich. Have a good one.
You were talking about people seeing angels. Oh, I'm sorry. Kelly, you got a question?
Oh, no, I did.
Sorry.
Mr. Benitez, I know you've said it's possible that if someone has passed away and they didn't realize that they were dead.
Yeah.
So how can you differentiate between that? Like, say, you have a person who has just passed away, it wasn't violently, and how can you differentiate between like a demonic entity and someone who just hasn't realized that they've passed on?
First of all, if you can see them or hear them, right, you ask them if they believe that Christ was here in the flesh. If they're a demonic entity, they'll leave immediately. Mm-hmm. They will not admit to that, and that scares them off, okay? And it's somebody who died prematurely.
Right.
Okay? Not somebody in their 70s or 80s that their time has come. Like they said, in a motorcycle accident or shot or something like that. You know what? They'll cry out to you like, trying to figure out if they're really dead, but still believing that they're alive. Mm-hmm. They have that belief so much in them that I'm not dead, everybody else is going crazy, and I'm the only sane one here.
That would make sense.
Now, how often do you see this?
That's what's going on in what you consider the paranormal world, where you have people like James John Crogg, John Edwards, Sylvia Brown, who claim to contact your relatives, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's a lie. Okay. What they contact are actually, entities that have died prematurely or entities or demonic entities, okay? And like I said before, I haven't talked to my mother since she died. I haven't seen my mother since she died.
Then you know for a fact that your mother was well-versed in her faith.
That's right. And if anybody she wanted to contact, it would have been me. Now, I've had messages from angels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've had my book writer. We were sitting down, and the angel Gabriel appeared before her. Well, she wanted proof. The angel Gabriel appeared before her. And I lie to you not. It'll be in my book, Angels on My Stage.
Now, just out of my own curiosity, Nick and I are both, born-again Christians. We're very much of faith. What does the Angel Gabriel look like? How would you describe an angel? What? I mean,
It depends on who's looking at the angel Gabriel. Okay?
Okay.
Because the angel Gabriel will appear to you as love. And you know what? Jesus Christ only preached about love, okay? Now, everybody has a different perception with their eyes. You know, they can see things differently. And the way your mind and your soul wants to see Gabriel, that's how Gabriel will appear before you.
How did it appear to the book writer? What did she?
With large wings, about 7 foot tall. No, actually, it appeared as about 5'9", with no wings, dressed in regular clothing.
Huh. Wow. Very interesting. Is that always
you just described me to a T, so I'm...
Well, it maybe describes me to a T also. And other people, and about 1 million other people in the world. But the thing is, Gabriel became physical.
Yeah.
And then Gabriel can vanish, and that's what happened. Now, you know, to prove to my writer a lot of things, you know, Gabriel told her that there would be a volcano that was silenced for like over 300 or 400 years in Chile that would erupt within 1 hour. And it did. Wow. And that happened, I believe, about 4 or 5 months ago. So that certified that it was the angel Gabriel.
Because, of course, I think even it says in the Bible, you know, if they say something's going to happen and it doesn't happen, you know, there's your proof that it's not from God. I think I remember reading that.
But you know what? The most important thing that I like to talk about is faith. Having faith in God, having faith in Jesus Christ, okay? If you're going to go put your faith in tarot card readers and psychics and mediums who want to charge you a lot of money, you know, that takes away from the teachings of Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you whatever you want to hear for the money, correct?
Well, a 20-minute phone consultation will still be around as $800. Okay?
Oh!
Right?
That's a waste of money.
John Edwards' phone call was a 20-minute phone consultation with John Edwards is about $1,200, okay? A phone consultation used to be, because he don't do it anymore, with James Von Prague was about $800, right?
Wow.
Talking to me and learning the truth is priceless.
Say, I'm in the wrong business.
Yeah.
I can make up crap and start talking to people charging me $100.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? That's what they're doing. I mean, Prague, he started as a comedy scriptwriter. Really, read his book. It's right there in his book.
Wow.
And he started, and he couldn't make it as a comedy scriptwriter, so he decided to become a medium. And now he writes that show, Ghost Whispers.
Uh-huh.
He writes and produces that.
Wow.
And he's not doing any more consultations or anything like that. And read his book. You'll find it fascinating in a lot of funny ways, you know?
Now, we have one more song we want to play. This is your publicist sent us. She said the name of it's They Cry. She says people, when they hear it, you know, healings have taken place from just hearing this.
That track, yes.
Can you give us a little bit of a description of the song? I mean, you know, what happened when what were you thinking when you were writing it?
Were you deep in prayer? Was it? What caused this song?
When I wrote that record was the only track that was written outside the studio, okay? And when I wrote that record, I was inspired because a lot of angels were surrounding me, and they were crying. And I decided to name the record They Cry, and then I wrote the record because of the melodies I was hearing coming from the heavens, you know, and a lot of people who have listened to the track have claimed healings or have claimed to have a more spiritual faith.
Now, this song itself, it's also on your new album, Lovers Never Say Goodbye, that's correct?
Yes.
We have that linked up on our website, but you can also get that Best Buy, other fine retailers nationwide. Worldwide, that's right. And all the songs I think we've played today were from that, correct? Light to Heaven, Beautiful Sunrise, and They Cry. Wonderful music. We're going to go ahead and play that music, or that song, They Cry, for everybody. Hopefully some healing takes place.
Again, that is the song They Cry by Eddie Benitez on his newest CD, Lovers Never Say Goodbye. That is available on Amazon, Best Buy, worldwide, and on our website, whispers012209.mp3. You can go there and get that. You need that. Eddie, are you still there?
I'm here.
Wonderful music.
Thank you very much.
Amazing stuff. We are going to have to let you go now. Go now.
Well, that time I knew was coming. And I didn't need to be a psychic for that one.
We really appreciate it. We really appreciate you sharing your story, and I think we may want to have you back on to share a little bit more about your life and what you do.
Well, you know what, I thank you very much, but I have an AM show also coming up in February that I'm hosting on Sunday nights, and I might like to have you guys there also.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that everybody out there listening, just keep the faith in Jesus Christ and God, and that's all you need in life.
Awesome. Very, very. It's a blessing.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much, Eddie.
Thank you, and always God bless. Okay.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eddie Benitez, everybody, give him a hand.
Awesome music. I love that. I love
I
that
do
kind of
too.
music. Some of my favorites. I don't know. It's probably one of the better, stories we've had this year so far, I think. What do you think?
I love it. Kelly's giving me the peace sign, which means we got 2 minutes left. I enjoy the show. Nick, who we got next week?
Next week we have I hope I'm saying this right. Kalila Smith.
Kalia.
You think it's Kalila? I am horrible in names.
Well, there's only one L, so it shouldn't be Kalila.
No. I swear I think it's Kalila. I think you wrote it down wrong.
Either or.
But she'll be here. She's going to talk to us about a new ghost in New Orleans. I know a lot of people have been asking for this show. We've had people call in and say, like hear about the ghosts and hauntings of New Orleans. They'll be talking to us about that. I think vampires.
Lola's been begging for the show too, so
Lola's been begging, so she'll be jumping up and down.
Have you ever noticed any time, and I'm not even just talking about Anne Rice. Sure. But in general, when you have vampire stories, they're based in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
There's something about New Orleans.
There's something to it.
I bet there is. Maybe she'll come up with a cool story about where that all comes from. That's next week, everybody. That's it for us. Until when are we? Next Wednesday. We're back on Wednesdays, starting next week.
But before you even come, you got to go visit our website, whispers012209.mp3. click the link. Join us on our ghost hunt. It's going to be
an awesome time. Legendary. Till next time, don't be afraid, everybody. Only believe.
Sparkle could be moving like a young man's dream.